Here's your wrestling news for December 1st, 2020. And your headlines for today include WWE in chaos, Raw nearly didn't make it to air, plans for TLC revealed, WWE couple engaged, Thunderdome move causing issues, Undertaker reveals truth about Vince, LESNAR, and The Streak, Jeff Hardy injury update after scary Raw botch, another top star to turn heel, superstar loses mask mid-match, fans aren't happy, AEW signs huge new partnership, NXT and DYNAMITE struggling, updated card for NXT TAKEOVER WARGAMES, and more. We're kicking off today with news from Monday Night Raw, as this week's show may have been the most chaotic to produce yet. In the past, we've reported how WWE haven't had things in place until mere hours before the show, but even that's better than this week, as according to Fightful, a final draft wasn't handed in until 25 minutes before Raw went on air. It was reported that some of the changes to the show were, quote, well beyond WWE's control, and though they didn't specify what that meant, it's possible it's related to the ongoing global situation. This week seems to have been even more chaotic than prior episodes of Raw, though it looks like Vince McMahon can't entirely be blamed for the lack of direction, and we're wondering what exactly caused such a huge delay in WWE's schedule this week. We're looking ahead to WWE TLC next, as though last night's Raw saw the first match confirmed for the show, which will see WWE Champion Drew McIntyre defend against AJ Styles. There's little else booked for the show. We previously reported that Vince McMahon has approved 4 matches for the show backstage, but according to a report by Ringside News, no gimmicks have been attached to any matches approved for the show. Given the name of the pay-per-view, fans are expecting at least one TLC match, and possibly a tables match, ladders match, and a chairs match, but so far, the company hasn't confirmed anything for the card. It's unusual for WWE to have no stipulations booked for TLC now that we're less than 3 weeks away from the show, and time will tell what matches and stipulations eventually make it to the card. Speaking of WWE TLC, the show will be the first pay-per-view in WWE's new Thunderdome in Tropicana Field, and there's been an update on how the big move is going. According to a report from Ringside News, there's still no concrete or even tentative plans to bring back live fans for the new venue in St. Petersburg, Florida. They also report most people within WWE aren't even thinking about the move right now, as there's still weekly shows to produce, and that Tropicana Field is a concern only for those at the highest levels of the company. A tenured member of WWE's team said that other than Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, and set designer Jason Robinson, there's no planning for the big move. It's also been noted that everyone named is well aware of the risk of pigeons being an issue in Tropicana Field, as they've made their presence known in the past during baseball games, but for now, most of the company isn't too concerned about the move. Over to NXT next, as North American champion Leon Ruff is enjoying the push of a lifetime, and now has another reason to celebrate. On Twitter, referee Aja Smith confirmed that the pair are now engaged and posted a picture of the happy couple. We at SlatRock would like to send our deepest congratulations to Aja and Leon, as the squared circle inside the Capitol Wrestling Center isn't the only ring the pair will be focusing on from now on. Now at WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar became the one in 21-1, and over 6 years later, fans have continued to debate whether ending The Undertaker's streak was the right call. Now, the Phenom himself has weighed in, and whilst speaking on the Broken Skull sessions, revealed that the original plan was for him to defeat the Beast and go 22-0, and that was the plan up until mere hours before WrestleMania went live. He added, "I see Vince come in, and as soon as I see him walk through the door, I knew. I said, I know the finish is getting changed. That's what I'm thinking in my head." And of course, he laid it out and he goes, "Mark, I'm gonna put Brock over." The Undertaker explained that Vince tried to sell the streak breaking to him, saying that if Brock couldn't break it, who can? Despite the dead man's belief that the streak being broken should have happened to push a younger, less established name. The Phenom added that he would have preferred for Roman Reigns to have broken the streak, though that didn't happen, and whether you think WWE were right to break the streak or not, it will always be a huge accolade for the Beast incarnate. Back to Raw now, as this week's show saw Jeff Hardy defeat Elias in a Symphony of Destruction match, though the former WWE champion didn't leave unscathed. During the closing moments of the match, Hardy hit a swanton bomb onto Elias, who was on a table on the outside, but when Jeff hit the move, Hardy landed on the steel steps with the back of his head and neck before pinning Elias. Fans quickly took to Twitter in worry for the charismatic enigma, but according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, Jeff is expected to be okay and isn't suffering from any issues from the spot. As for Elias, Sean said he hasn't heard back yet and will provide an update on his condition when it's available. Jeff got lucky this time, but we certainly wouldn't want to see him doing a spot so close to the steel steps again, as it goes to show that injuries can happen at any time in wrestling. This week's Raw also saw Sheamus in action, and at this point, we're not quite sure what the former WWE champion is supposed to be. Up until recently, Sheamus had been a heel, but during this week's show, he was acting as a face, even being described as WWE Drew McIntyre's best friend. This face turn continued with Sheamus confronting John Morrison and The Miz, though by the end of the segment, a Sheamus heel turn was teased as Miz tried to convince the Irish superstar to turn on the WWE champion. These flip-flop face-heel turns are quickly becoming a staple, as Braun Strowman has turned face and heel multiple times since August, and we'll have to see where Sheamus' allegiances lie in the coming weeks. This week's Raw also saw Retribution's Reckoning make her in-ring debut on the Red brand, and like almost everything associated with the stable, it couldn't have gone much worse. After forcing Dana Brooke out of Survivor Series, the two met in the ring this week, and during the match, Reckoning's mask fell off her face. Now, it's no secret that fans haven't been fans of the mask since Retribution debuted them a few months back, but having it fall off her face didn't exactly help the group's credibility. Despite her face being exposed, the commentary team didn't refer to her as Mia Yim, not even when Brooke picked up the win, as losing in your debut is just another part of being a Retribution member. Post-match, Mustafa Ali screamed in Reckoning's face that there was no room for failure in Retribution, though coming up short seems to have been the MO of Retribution for quite some time. Though Brooke got the win on TV, things aren't as successful for her outside the ring, as some fans aren't happy with her mask-wearing practices. This week, Brooke took part of a charity food drive for Thanksgiving, and in the photos shown, the superstar can be seen wearing her mask incorrectly, as the covering is supposed to go over your nose. This isn't the first time Brooke's been in hot water, as she received flack recently for not wearing a mask at her boyfriend Uli Diaz's fight at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 14. At the food drive, Diaz wasn't wearing a mask at all, and so weren't many people at the event, and hopefully Brooke will be a bit more careful about her mask-wearing techniques from now on as we continue to face unprecedented times. AEW news next, as the company is always trying to get the word out about their company, and now they've boosted the reach in a major way. On TMZ, readers can find articles that are partnered with AEW, with a recent article about Floyd Mayweather telling black athletes to stop mocking Nate Robinson being one of the first to be part of this alliance. It's interesting that a non-wrestling article is getting this partnered with AEW label from TMZ, but fans can expect the All Elite promotion to continue to pop up in places you wouldn't expect. More from AEW next, as the company usually dominates in the Wednesday Night Wars, but not last Wednesday. Last week, NXT averaged 712,000 viewers on the USA Network, edging out AEW Dynamite, who got 710,000. This was a sharp fall for the All Elite promotion, who drew 850,000 the week before, whilst it also marked an increase for NXT, who previously averaged 638,000. Of course, it's worth noting that Thanksgiving plans will almost certainly have had an impact on both shows, and one person who wasn't too fazed was Chris Jericho. On Twitter, the former world champion pointed out that Dynamite got the win in the 18 to 49 demographic, tweeting, "It's all about the demo, daddy, #we win again." If last week was a challenge for Dynamite, then this week could be even worse, as now both NXT and Dynamite will face some major competition. The much-anticipated match between the Ravens and the Steelers was supposed to happen on Thanksgiving night, but it was moved to last Sunday, and after being rescheduled for Tuesday, has now been moved once again to this Wednesday. This means the game will be in direct competition with both Dynamite and NXT, though both shows have some major events planned. This week's NXT will be the go-home show for WARGAMES, whilst Dynamite will feature AEW World Champion Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega, and we'll have to see how both shows fare against the NFL juggernaut this Wednesday. Speaking of NXT, we've got another member added to the Women's WarGames match, as Rhea Ripley has joined Team Blackheart. The former NXT Women's Champion will join Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, and a fourth member to take on Candice LeRae, Toni Storm, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez at WarGames, and fans can expect the fourth member of Team Blackheart to be revealed this Wednesday. Having Ripley on her team is a huge win for Shotzi Blackheart, though this year hasn't been all too easy for the former NXT Women's Champion. Speaking this week on Lillian Garcia's Chasing Glory podcast, Ripley spoke about losing the NXT Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 36, noting, "I was losing confidence in myself because I wasn't portrayed the same way. Even now, I'm still slowly building myself back up from it. My confidence was tainted a little because I try to keep it up and do my best all the time." Explaining how she's been able to build her confidence back up, Ripley has said watching matches from NXT UK has helped, and has gone back to her older matches to remind her how she used to act. With WARGAMES this Sunday, the Australian will have a great opportunity to remind everyone, and herself, just how good she is, and an impressive performance at TAKEOVER could put her in contention for another NXT Women's title shot down the line. Back to AEW, as Miro has found himself a new home in the All Elite promotion, but that hasn't stopped him from making jabs about WWE. On this week's Raw, Miro's wife Lana pinned Shayna Baszler, and on Twitter, the former Rusev praised his wife, though said he doesn't know if he can even tag her in the tweet. Miro's tweet was him hinting that the two are in opposite companies, and WWE won't like one of their superstars being referenced by an AEW star. In the past, Miro has expressed frustration over WWE not mentioning him in content of his they're sharing, and hopefully his little jibe this week doesn't hurt his wife's budding babyface push. And we're ending today with the PWI 100 list, as the WWE themselves have weighed in on those who made the cut for the women's list. In a statement from WWE's public relations Twitter, the company praised the top 5 spots as Bayley came first, Becky Lynch ranked second, Raw Women's Champion Asuka third, Charlotte Flair fourth, and SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks came fifth. Given that Hikaru Shida came sixth, it's obvious why the WWE didn't look much further down the list, but it's interesting that the company would address this list of WWE and non-WWE talent at all.